Hello and welcome to this week 10 guide for ARCA at Charlotte. Looks like we're doing a night race. This is a track I unfortunately know really well. I did so many laps here for a time attack contest, so I have it figured out fairly well. The fastest way to do a qualifying lap around this place is to take it easy on the first lap and the out lap. This I know with 100% certainty. We do have a higher usage. That means that the high line will be dominant in 1 and 2. The only time the low line in 1 and 2 should be faster is when the usage is below about 5%. Then you could rip the bottom in 1 and 2 very fast, and it makes it faster than the top. Maybe I'll put out a video on that in case it comes up in a race setting, but it's usually pretty rare to get like a clean track. I've seen it a few times, so it probably won't happen, but you never know. Here comes the run-up. Talk about this in the far chase. Maybe a little babied it in 3 and 4. I mean, actually, I think I overdrove the entry. I didn't baby it. I overdrove the entry. 1 and 2 there was good. I do have a lap from earlier that maybe I'll show. Because that is an example of, I guess, what not to do in 3 and 4. Let me go ahead and just actually show you what you should do. I was hoping to get 1 in the 3s live, but I guess that's not going to happen. Let's go back to this run-up. I think this is also maybe a slightly better run-up. Nope, that's not the lap. I went back one too many, didn't I? Apologies. Yeah, here's the run-up. So you just want to stay as high as you can, really, to really maximize the run-up. Stay very high. You're just doing a little bit of let-off, full let-off on the throttle. Looking to get to slow down to the low 170s, mid 170s usually does it just fine. You can make this turn. Halfway through the turn, go ahead and pull off the wall a little bit so you can try to straighten out your entry a little bit early so you can start getting more acceleration a little bit earlier, get you a little bit more speed at the line. We're looking for 184. 183 is okay. 184 is like the absolute best, at least with the conditions that I have right now. And it looks like we just get it. Yeah, cool. If this usage is lower, we can't see it right now, but what do we have? 60s. Lower usage, you could probably get 185. Stay really tight to this. Just about touch the grass, but don't quite. And you're going to want to get tight to the wall here too to really max it out. How hard do you want to run this is up to you. I mean, this lap that I run will most likely be pole just about every time, it seems like. I know the last time we were here, I was running, it felt like laps, like I know I could do better, and I was still getting pretty good times compared to most, just because I've run this place just so much. Again, it's like I'm almost tired of it. You're very close to the wall. Ripping the wall is the absolute fastest way. And again, I like to turn it down just a wee bit to straighten out that exit. You'll kind of notice that when you're running it really fast, that you'll get a little bit of rear spin at the end here. The way to avoid it is if you can turn down and straighten out a little bit early, you could usually avoid getting a little bit of that wheel spin and having to slow down a little bit. Actually, I still think I failed because I got down to 177. I know on my best laps I was getting like 178, 179. But then again, turn 3 and 4 is hard. The hardest part, you would think that was hard. Again, I want to just say, stay off the wall a bit. for most of the straightaway, so you're not dumping air onto the spoiler. This will get you a hundredth or two. Turn 3 and 4 is the hardest, though. Turn 1 might sound a little bit difficult, but yeah, the fastest way here is to go in fairly shallow, and you need to just time getting off the gas just right. Usually I'm using this line as kind of a reference, getting just after it and then letting off. Now, I've always noticed at this track that doing a slight gradual dump is a little bit faster than just going a little bit further and full dumping. It's hard to hit just right. I tried to do it here and maybe I sort of succeeded because I did get down to the bottom fairly well. That's just something I've noticed. The very fastest laps always have some type of gradual stepping, um, but that's not required. Again, this is like if you want to absolutely max out this track, but just something to know. Staying tight, trying to stay fairly shallow off. At most, I want to come up like to the top, third of a track. I like to stay just above the middle, maybe, without fighting the wheel too much. If you're extremely tight and you're having to really crank the wheel to try to stay down here, go ahead and let it wash up. But if you've done it right, you should be able to keep it about this height, from the bottom of the track without too much effort. When you can do that and the wheel feels fairly free, you've had a pretty good turn. And you're able to get both of your wheels to the left of this blue, but don't go more than, don't get your right sides on here. Otherwise you'll get a 1x and your lap is ruined. Just FYI. So I wouldn't want to go much more than this because accidents happen and it sucks. I threw away like a very, very good lap once when I was going for that time attack. It would have been like top 10 and I completely threw it away because I got greedy. But yeah, threes should be pretty darn good. If the usage gets lower, a two will definitely be on the table if this is like a clean track. That's probably 10th and a half even. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe ones, maybe someone will get a one. There's some really fast guys at Charlotte. Some really insanely fast guys that I'm sure will show up here and there and will throw down doozies. But yeah, that's about all I have. I might put out a clean track guide, so go ahead and look for that. I may not have time though. I'm going to be out of town for about 4 days coming up. So if I don't get it out, sorry. But I think this will be good for like 99% of the cases. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys out there on the front row with me. Hopefully we have a great week and I will see you next time.